Okay, we're going to talk about graphing equations again from the slope-intercept, but one thing that you're going to learn today is how to change a standard form into a slope-intercept. So your objective, I will be able to change standard form to slope-intercept and graph. Now you already know how to graph, so today your essential question is, how do I change standard form to slope-intercept? Okay, so let's take a look at the differences between the two forms. This is your slope-intercept form. Here is your standard form. Notice your x and your y are on the same side. Over here, your standard form, your y is on the left side, everything else is on the right side. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to get this x moved over to the other side. Okay, so there's two steps that you need to do. Okay, one step, you're going to need to move x. Okay, the way you move x is by adding or subtracting. The second step is to divide. And you're going to divide by the coefficient that's in front of the y. Okay, you're going to divide by the number in front of y. That's the coefficient of y. Okay, so that's your two steps. All right, so let's come over here and take a look. All right, so first we've got to change this to slope-intercept form. You notice the x and the y are on the same side, so it's in standard form. So the very first step is to move x. So the way you're moving x is do the opposite, okay? Opposite of x, because what we're actually doing is the x's are canceling out. So then you're going to have y equals negative x plus 3. You can't put the 3 and the negative x together because they are not like. So to keep it in standard form, to keep it in slope-intercept form, your x is always closest to the equal sign. Okay, so we want to put that one down first, then we're going to put the plus 3. Okay, so now this is in the format of y equals mx plus b. So we can get our slope. Our slope is our m. What is the slope? Okay, remember the slope is the same thing as the rate of change. And the slope and the rate of change do not have x in them. Okay, your x and your y are points. So your m is right here. Well, the number that's there is a 1, so it's negative 1. We need to make it where we can use it rise over run, so whenever you have a whole number, just put 1 underneath it. That's your rise over your run. So your slope's going to go in a downward motion. Okay, my y-intercept is right here. It's the b, and that's a positive 3. Okay, my y-intercept is written as a 0.03. Okay, so now we're going to do exactly what we did yesterday. We're going to graph the y-intercept first. So you come over here, 1, 2, 3, it's right there. Okay, now we're going to go up 1 over 1, making it a negative slope. So up 1 over 1, that's a negative slope. Keep going, up 1 over 1, all the way across the grid. Then you can also go down 1 over 1. Remember, you want it to be in a negative slope. That means it starts high and it goes low to the right. So here we go, starts high, connect all the points, because remember it's not a line. unless you connect all the dots and put arrows. There you go. You're done with the first one. All right, let's move on down here to number 2. Okay, this is in standard form. The x and the y are on the left side together. So our first step is to move x, so minus 3x. Okay, so now you're going to bring down the negative y because the 3's go away, the 3x's go away. Got a negative 3x minus 6. Okay, we're not done yet. The y is not by itself because we actually have a negative 1 there. So we're going to divide by a negative 1. Divide, divide. Okay, so now you get y equals a negative over negative is a positive 3x. Negative over negative is a positive 6. Okay, so remember, I've got y equals mx plus b. Okay, this is a 6 and that's a b. Okay, my m is right there. It's a positive 3. Remember, that's the slope or the rate of change. So you want to put it as a fraction, so rise over run. It's going to go in a positive direction. And then my b, my y-intercept is 6. When I write it as a point, remember all y-intercepts have 0 for x. So I come over here, find my y. I'm going to plot the y-intercept first. Go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Your y-intercepts, all y-intercepts better lie on the y-axis. Okay, this time I'm going to go up 3 and over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1 to the right, making sure it's positive. Can't go any more up, so I'm going to go ahead and go down for my y-intercept. 1, 2, 3. This time I'm going to go 1 to the left. 1, 2, 3, left. 1, 2, 3, left, 1. Keep on going all the way down. 1, 2, 3. Okay, connect the dots. Make sure you have arrows and you've got your line. Okay, let's go on over to the next one. All right, here we go. It's in standard form. Your x and y is on the left-hand side, so we're going to move x. Bring down your negative 3y. You've got negative 2x minus 9. All we're doing over on the right side is just writing both of the terms down, the negative 2x and the negative 9. Here we have to divide by negative 3. You're going to divide, divide, and divide. All 3 pieces have to be divided. So I got a y equals negative over negative is a positive 2/3 x. Negative over negative is a positive 3. Okay, so now I have it in the format y equals mx plus b, my slope-intercept form. My m is always multiplied by the x, so it's 2 over 3. And that's good because that's a fraction. It's going in a positive direction, up 2 and over 3. And then my y-intercept, my b, is 3. The point we're going to graph is 0, 3. Okay, so come over here, go to your y, go up 3, 1, 2, 3, it's right there. Then I'm going to go up 2, over 3 to the right, making it positive. Up 2, over 3. Up 2, over 3. Then from the y-intercept, you can go down 1, 2, over 3. Down 2, over 3. Down 2, over 3. Okay, I can't go over anymore, so I've got to connect my dots and make sure I add arrows, and I'm done with that one. Okay, move on down to this one right here. Okay, not all the times do you have to move x. Here, my x and my y are on separate sides, but the y is not by itself. So I can skip the first step of move x because x is already over here on the right side. So then this one, all I'd have to do is divide by 3. So you may not use both steps, move x and divide, divide, divide. This one you just have to divide. Okay, all right, so I've got y equals mx plus b. My m, my slope, is 2, so I'm going to make it 2 over 1. And that's going to be in a positive direction. My b, there's nothing here, so my b is 0. The point I want to graph is 0, 0. That's my origin. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, go to your y. Here's 0, 0. I'm going to go up 2 over 1 to the right, making it positive. Up 2 over 1. Keep on going all the way across. Okay, once I get done with that, I'm going to go down 2 over 1. It should form a straight line. If yours does not form a straight line, then you missed something. Okay, connect the dots. Again, it should form a straight line. Put arrows. And you are done with that one. Move down here. It says, which ordered pair? Ordered pair, remember, is just x, comma, y. And you can look at your answer choices. They're x's and y's. Here's an x, here's a y, here's an x, here's a y. And I want to know which one of these satisfies or is a solution to that right there. So all I'm going to do is plug it in and check. So I'm going to come over here. I've got my 2x minus 5y equals 1. I'm going to plug in for the x a negative 7. In for the y, I'm going to plug in a negative 3. I'm taking my first point. Okay, 2 times negative 7 is negative 14. Negative 5 times a negative 3 is positive 15. Negative 14 plus 15 is 1. That equals my 1. Okay, so that one is a solution. Now let's try B. This was A. Let's try B. Okay, so I'm going to use the same equation, 2x minus 5y equals 1. But this time I'm going to put a 7 in for x and a 3 in for y. Okay, 2 times 7 is 14. 5 times 3 is negative 15. Because I have a minus sign, 5 times 3 is 15. This right here gives me negative 1. That one is not equal to 1. So B is not a solution to my equation. All right, let's go look at C. I'm going to write the equation down, 2x minus 5y equals 1. I'm going to substitute in a 2 in for my x and a 1 in for my y. 2 times 2 is 4. 5 times 1 is 5, and then I've got a minus. That gives me a negative 1. That is not equal to 1. Okay, so let's try D. Got my same equation, 2x minus 5y equals 1. This time I'm going to substitute a negative 2 in for x. And in for y, I'm going to substitute a negative 1. Well, 2 times negative 2 is negative 4. Negative 5 times negative 1, that gives me a positive 5. Positive 5. Okay, negative 4 plus 5 is 1. Bring down my 1. That one is also a solution. Okay, so 2 things. One, you're able to tell if it's a solution or not by plugging it into the equation. You can leave with the x and the y. All you have to do is plug it in and check. Okay, that means that A and D are both on that line. Okay, another thing is that when you're summarizing down here, how do you solve from standard to slope-intercept? Well, the 2 steps are move x, that's by adding or subtracting x, and then you divide, and that is dividing by the coefficient of y.